Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on.
Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me.
Go.
I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me.
Go.
I ride for my niggas. Damn, life so short. Fuck it. I don't wanna go to court. Fuck it. Got a budget for the lawyer though. Fuck it. I'm on the run for the month. Woo. I'm in the bucket. Paid 200 for it. My little nigga stuck and even got me paranoid. I'm getting money, that's in any nigga category. Double M, I got G's out in California. I ride for my niggas, dawg. I ride for my niggas. I slide for my niggas, dawg. I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming.
Yeah.
Niggas tryna get at me.
Yeah.
I ride for my niggas.
It bothers me when the guards get to acting like the bras. Guess every team doesn't come complete with niggas like ours. That's why I see no need to compete with niggas like y'all. I just ask that when you see me, you speak up, nigga, that's all. Don't be ducking like you never wanted nothing. It's feeling like rap changed. It was a time it was rugged. Back when if a nigga reached, it was for the weapon. Nowadays, niggas reach just to sell they record. Spaghetti bolognese in the polo lounge. Me and my G from DC, that's how I roll around. Might look like, but we heavy though. You think Drake would put some shit like that? You never know. $1 million meetings in the polo lounge. Me and my man Oliver North, that's how I roll around. Shorty wanna tell me secrets about a rap nigga. I tell that bitch it's more attractive when you hold it down. Kobe about to lose 150 M's. Kobe my nigga, I hate it, had to be him. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Tell Lucy and I said, fuck it, I'm tearing holes in my budget. Bag her like we in Publix and take her ass out in public. Ordered it up for late, told them butterflies, she'll love it. She used to soda and nuggets, she really just tired thugging. I'm just hitting my pinnacle, you and pussy identical. You like the fucking finish line, we can't wait to run into you. But let me get my mind off that young rich motherfucker getting mine off rap with my niggas.
I ride for my niggas.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle.
Yo, man, and this your co-host at Rick Masters 23 or Mr. Lee on IG. Welcome to the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast, man. Man, look, before I even get into, Yo, give the host yo, man, hand of applause, man. Y'all, I hope y'all doing this with me. Because look, the host didn't even let me know that he changed the intro. And so I'm over here like, all right, what he about to do? Man, the intro, look, I'm over here doing the snake. I'm over here. I say, yo, that's how you bring in the year, man. That's how you bring in the new year. Yo, Jason, the kid, man. I hope you was dancing too. I see you laughing. Like, I'm literally over here dancing. Like, my man that got the little teams in the background changing up. But that's what we do over here, man. Hit that like button. Y'all already see the ticker at the bottom. All the subscribers, we appreciate y'all. Don't forget, we got the merch, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast merch, the black, the white, the red, hoodies, sweaters, man. Y'all already know how to contact me and the host, man. And look, man, we got a good one for y'all today, man. We know y'all probably were watching the media and the news, but I know some of y'all really want to talk to me personally about how I feel, and especially how the host feels about the whole Adrian Griffin thing. And so, BJ, go ahead and get the show started because I know people want to know how we feel about it.
Yeah, before we get started with everything, make sure, like the host said, my co-host Rick Master said, hit the like button as y'all come in here, hit the share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, $ BJ Matthews for all this great content that we share to y'all. We want to make sure we tell y'all every time that we want y'all to continue to support the Pull Up Basketball Podcast on all counts because this is what we do. We do it for y'all. We go behind the scenes. We do so much work to make sure you guys have an enjoyable show that goes into, you know what I'm saying, the pull-up. So we want to make sure that you guys share, subscribe, like, comment, choose to, you know, sew into the podcast if you choose to. But nonetheless, we're going to always give y'all the love and respect that y'all deserve. But Rick, let's go ahead and get the people in, shout them out before we go and get anything. Alan NG, salute to my guy. He said, into the question, did Giannis Antetokumpo get Adrian Griffin fired? He said he sure did. He's going to get Doc fired too. Imagine firing two coaches in the same season. Hey, we gonna get into that, man. Salute to my man Shab 9000. He said Bucks organization know how to keep a good thing going, but these Clippers, baby, what it do? Smash Beantown into a lump of nothing is what it do. Yeah, we're gonna go into the LA Clip talk after this live with my boy, me and Rick on the Pull-Up Show. So we're gonna have two shows in one day. So make sure all my Clipper fans come back after this live. We're gonna start off with that. Salute to my man Steven Torres. Jason the Kid, with the laughy emoji, yes sir. My boy Rick said, bro, the host came with the fire intro. Like I said, we gotta change some stuff up, man. Since we're getting more bigger, we gotta make sure we have all this, you know, popping. So, yeah, Pagan 180, salute to you, my guy, as well. Rick, let's get into this, bro, because you know this is more so a situation that is weird. When I first saw it, I think it dropped on, was it Wednesday? Adrian Griffin of the Milwaukee Bucks has been removed of his duties by, you know what I'm saying, I think halfway through the season we're about to, you know, approach. So this is your team. This is more so your team that you support. Giannis is your favorite player. I want to kind of let you go into a little bit lightly. What was your reaction when you saw that Adrian Griffin is going to be removed from the Milwaukee Bucks? I want to hear your initial thoughts.
My initial thoughts, BJ, not surprised at all. And I know to everyone who, you know, watches the NBA, but I know they have their favorite teams and favorite players. Everybody and their mother knows that Giannis is my favorite player right now. Everybody knows that. So, of course, once I heard it, I wasn't surprised. Well, Rick, why were you surprised? Because anytime that the main person that basically runs that team, which is Giannis, okay, the main person that even anybody even cares about the Milwaukee Bucks is because of Giannis. And when the main person of that team, you know, pretty much makes comments in the media saying stuff like, you know, we need everybody to work hard, even the janitor, even, you know, when it comes to coaching or when it comes to everybody playing their part, those are called subliminal messages, right? Why would Giannis say things like this? As much as I follow him, what that made me go do research. See, when I watch my favorite player talk, so when he makes certain comments, even when he say wild comments, when he says certain things, it makes me go back and look at stuff. And when I went to go do some research, and this is why I'm not shocked. Now, Terry Stotts, I believe is how you say his name, Terry Stotts. Now, that's an assistant coach that was with the Bucks before the season even really got started. All right. And when I was doing my research, man, after I heard Giannis make those comments, I noticed that Terry Stotts actually knew Damian Lillard for about 13, 12 years in Portland. So they have a good camaraderie, right? Him and Damian Lillard have a real good bond, right? And so he leaves. Now, as I'm going through this rabbit hole, I'm like, well, damn. Like, you know, he got Damian Lillard. He knew the man pretty much his whole Portland career. Like, that's a nice little setup. It's almost like you leave one position at a job and then you go to a new job, but you take somebody you trust with you. Why would he want to leave? Come to find out, Adrian Griffin, now, mind you, if some of y'all didn't know, he got, you know, he became the head coach, but I think it was like his 13th or 14th interview. So he finally got the job. And it was during a preseason practice or a shoot around or whatever. And Terry Stotts wanted to talk to the team. Like, this is back in October 2023, around October, November, whatever. And he wanted to talk to the team, you know, being a coach. That's really the best time an assistant coach can really say anything is during practice and shoot arounds. And he wanted to say something to the team. But then Adrian Griffin goes and says something about, now this is not verbatim, it's just the news and stuff that I read during my research, that he wanted Terry Stotts to come to the coaches huddle and come talk to them and the coaches. As the assistant coach, Terry Stotts is trying to give game and experience and what he sees as a coach during a shoot around. Of course, this didn't rub Mr. Stotts too well, a good person that knows Mr. Lillard for the last 12 or 13 years of his career. And this also didn't rub Giannis, the Bucks itself's team, too well, right? So this is going way back. This is where it starts, right? So he leaves, he resigns, he finally takes off. And I don't need much to know from a person to know when you feel like you're not wanted somewhere, you're not going to be heard, you're going to take your talents elsewhere. You ain't got time for nonsense. That's how I read that situation. So he leaves. Now, you probably got Damian. And Damian Lillard, I'm going to say this right now. If you ever see this video, I do apologize if I ever criticize you in such a way without knowing the whole facts. Because now that I did some digging, you know, especially after, and I did all this probably about a month ago before he got fired, Mr. Griffin, because I used to think like, yo, what's up with you, Lillard? Like, why you not playing like you did in, you know, Portland? And then I realized because y'all dealing with nonsense over there. And this is what I mean by nonsense. Anytime an assistant coach that has years of experience like Stotts did, and he sees something, and then a new coach that has no experience, has not had the years of the, or even the, you know, the lineage of just the game that Mr. Stotts tries to tell you what to do. It's like, what else would you do? Right? Either you're going to have an argument, you're going to act a fool, or you're going to do what he did. You know what? I ain't got time for this. I'm not appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and head out. And this rubbed a lot of players the wrong way, especially a newcomer like Lillard that comes on to the team under certain circumstances, knowing that this is a championship year, knowing that everybody in the Bucks organization is wanting you and Giannis to come win it. And you have somebody next to your side that you've been with for years in Portland that pretty much felt like home, but now he doesn't even feel welcome. And then when I started watching interviews with Griffin and I started digging more into him, it's like, okay, look, bro, and I like to be fair to everybody. Look, bro, I understand that you had all these interviews and you worked your butt off and you know, you want to come and make a statement. But understand this, and this is just coming from a general point of view, right? This don't even have to pertain to basketball. Anytime somebody gives you an opportunity, meaning that they give you a position in the organization, even if you want to look at me and BJ gives me an opportunity, I'm not going to turn around and tell BJ how to run his show. I'm the assistant. If I see something based off of my own experience or based off of what I've seen it like it could be better, you know what I go to BJ and do? And I'm just putting this on a small level for everybody to understand the bigger picture. I'm going to go to BJ in private during the meeting and say, hey, man, I noticed this channel. I noticed that channel. They have this many views and they're doing this. Maybe we could try doing this or try doing that. But one thing you would never see me do is get on a live like this and tell BJ how to run his show. That'll never happen. And see, that's what happened. Adrian Griffin comes over to the Bucks organization and he's just being the head coach. He has this new title. He has this power. And he's telling Giannis how to do certain stuff that doesn't obviously work. Because why do I say that? When your defensive rating goes from number 4 when you had Booten, right? And then all of a sudden, I said Booten for short, that's his nickname for me. And then all of a sudden he leaves and then you drop down to 21. Bro, what you need to do is go back to what the old coach was doing, or you need to go to your assistant coach, a person who's been in this game for a while, and pull some knowledge from him, because whatever you're doing, whatever you're writing up, whatever your strategic plan was, it's not working. And some people, I'm gonna answer the people for everybody because I know it's coming. Oh, well, Rick, they were 30-13. I don't care. They're 30-13 because Giannis is the Bucks. Yes, he's the Bucks. Nobody cares about Milwaukee if Giannis doesn't play. Giannis is that good. That's why I love him. He's a dog. But at the end of the day, if your defense is not top tier, because remember, when they won the championship, they were in the top 5, top 3 of defense. Okay? They knew how to play defense. And I don't care what level of basketball you play on, NBA all the way down to grade school. If your ass can't guard nobody, I don't care how many points you score. You're going to have an opportunity of getting beat if that team outscores you. You have to stop the other team. So that's what the organization saw. Not only are you pissing off the Bucks man himself, Giannis, but you also let go of somebody who felt like they weren't invited when they were just simply trying to say something to the team that he saw that could be an issue pending in the future before the season even started. So what the organization did was say, look, we know that we 30-13 and we number 2, and we're only number 2 because we got one of the best players arguably in the world right now on this roster, and we really want to keep him happy because we're already a small market. Giannis is the reason why the Bucks are even known right now. And so with that being said, are we gonna listen to Adrian Griffin, a dude that don't even have experience, who literally took our team from when we were rating number 4 and number 1 in past years down to 21? Or are we gonna listen to Giannis, the man that gave us a championship, a man that literally brought hope back to this small market? BJ, it was an easy decision. They're going to let him go because what everybody understands is that you're not winning no championships if you can't play no damn defense. And I'm going to give you 2 examples, and I'm going to hand it back to you. There was time, if people who really watch the game, I know like Sean, I know he watches the game a lot, so he'll understand when I say this too, and you do too, BJ. There's been times where you will see Giannis on the court and Adrian Griffin will call him out, or he'll call him to the side. And then he'll say something in Giannis's ear, or he'll try to pull him out. And you'll see Giannis throw his hands up. Like, what are you talking? Like, no, I'm not coming out. Like, I'm staying on the court. Like, what is you talking about? You'll see Adrian try to, get in his ear, like pull up the little coach's sheet and try to do. And then you'll see Giannis be like, yo, put me back in. Then he'll put him back in. Then there's another instance, and you'll see this all the time, where you will see, Lopez, like you'll see Coach Griffin doing this right here. And then Lopez will be throwing his hands up. Like, what you talking about? And then when he'll listen to Griffin from the side view, Lopez will do whatever Griffin just said. And then all of a sudden it's an easy bucket, or somebody has an open shot. And then you will see him like pointing at Griffin, like, I told you that wasn't going to work. That has happened plenty of times throughout the season. And so it was already in our faces. But at the end of the day, the organization is going to ride with the guy who has proven to them that they can win a chip doing it his way. And granted, shout out to Booten, man. I know his brother passed away. That's probably why they let him go. His mom probably wasn't there. So all love and respect to him. But it's very easy to make a choice as an organization when we won doing it this way. But now you coming in here because you felt like it took you 13 or 14 interviews to even get to this spot, which all respect to you, because it's hard to get a spot. But don't come in trying to fix something that's not broken. Okay? If Giannis says he wants to play a certain way, let him play, because he won that way before. If you just want to give him tidbits, Griffin, on, hey, man, maybe you can work on your jump shot, little stuff like that, not in front of everybody, but just one-on-one, that's fine too. But don't ever tell a man who knows how to get to the promised land what to do, and then he allows you to do it for a couple of games, and you see it's clearly not working from him or the team, and then you keep pressing the issue. And not only that, you make Mr. Lillard feel like he's not welcome when a guy that he's known for over a decade, Mr. Stotts, the assistant coach, comes and that feels like home to him, and then you run him off and you wonder why you having problems with the team. That's the issue. That's what's going on, BJ. But that's all I got to say on the matter.
Okay. Very, very passionate points from my boy Rick. And like I said, when people come in here, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the share, the subscribe, and make sure you guys continuously comment and let me know that y'all are in here. We got the realist in here. He says salute BJ and Rick in the chat. The realist, what's good, my guy? 27 people. We should have over 20 likes in here. Let's get these likes up, y'all. And let me first start. Before I start, let me also address Rick when he said this is my show. I have to constantly y'all know this. I have to constantly let Rick know. Me and him started this 3.5 years ago, and I actually asked him to be my partner because I felt there was nobody with the IQ that I had who know me more. So it's as much his show as much as mine. So I have to continuously tell him. So I want y'all to understand the audience too. It's our show. So he's whatever he decides. I mean, I'm cool with it. So we both are on the same list. I want to let everybody else know that. But let's address something real quick. So with Rick said something interesting. He said that it comes off as Rick felt like the coach didn't listen to the players enough. Whether it be Brooke Lopez, whether that be Giannis Antetokumpo, whether that be Terry Stotts. I want to pull up that article also with Terry Stotts real quick so y'all can see for yourself what Rick was talking about. Because I read that same article, how Terry Stotts had some conversation with the team over the offense, and he was responsible for his part of the team. Him having Coach Damian Lillard in Portland, I felt he felt like he knew what he was talking about, and Adrian Griffin intervened and said, basically, get over here talking to the team. And I guess that was already starting off on the wrong foot because we know that Terry Stotts resigned right before the season even started. So that was kind of weird for him to just off the blue just resign out of nowhere. But right here in this article, as y'all can see, he says Terry Stotts had an exchange with Bucks head coach Adrian Griffin before resigning. And like I said to myself, I said, why is Terry Stotts, who's the assistant coach, resigning from the Milwaukee Bucks when Adrian Griffin just got there? I said, something must have happened. So we get a little bit deeper as time moves on. He says Terry Stotts resigned as a Milwaukee Bucks assistant just 2 days after having an exchange with head coach Adrian Griffin at Tuesday shoot-around, according to Sam Scarino at Eric Dem of The Athletic. Stotts spent 9 seasons as head coach of the Portland Trailblazers with Damian Lillard, like my boy Rick said, before joining the Bucks prior to the season. He joined the coaching staff of Adrian Griffin, who has been hired this past summer after serving as an assistant for the Toronto Raptors from 2018 to 2023. All right, I want to kind of just stop it right there. I want to run right here. It said, when the huddle with the players concluded, Stotts went to speak to the team two superstars per Karina and them, which was, Lillard and Giannis. He said, as Stotts attempted to start a conversation with Damian Lillard, who's his former player on Portland, and Giannis Antetokumpo, Griffin called to Stotts to join the coaching huddle. When Stotts asked for some time with the players, Griffin yelled for Stotts to join the coaching huddle. The incident occurred in front of the entire team, the sources say. Griffin and Stotts have been part highly of a touted coaching staff change in Milwaukee, with the former helping rebuild to a title-winning defense in Toronto, while the latter coached several elite Portland offenses in the 2000s. All right, I'm going to stop right there. Now, that is eye-dropping right there to see, because it already started off, like Rick said, toxic. And anytime you're in a toxic environment, you're going to have chaos. You're not going to have everything in sync right away. So I'm just like, why is Terry Stotts resigning all of a sudden? And there's your answer. See, Stotts, for you guys do not know, yes, he coached Damian Lillard, but he also was part of that Toronto Raptors team. So Stotts has had more than a decade of experience being a head coach for this team, right? He hasn't had more than enough experience to actually be a head coach in the NBA. This is Adrian Griffin's first go around. He had a coaching job in Toronto, but he was never a head coach. So when you just not only just undermine, like when you embarrass one of your assistants in front of everybody, now you're challenging my manhood. So that's why Stotts said, I'm just out of here. I'm not going to take this no more. And Adrian Griffin, and I come off to me as a person who's very old school. He played in the NBA. He played, back in the 2000s, the 1999, 2000s, and the part of the 2010s. He comes off to me as somebody that's very old school. He don't like to be, giving any counseling. Nobody can tell him nothing. It's his way or the highway. And when you have a team that's already had success without you, you have to learn how to take some of their advice, because you're coming onto our team, or else you're going to be shipped off like just what happened. So I feel like that Adrian Griffin put that on himself. Like, Rick, my brother, Malik, I'm going to show y'all a little bit short. Y'all know me long enough. My little brother is dealing with the same thing that Rick just described, a stubborn ass head coach. So they just played 2 games this past week. He's in high school. He's in varsity. They won the game on Tuesday, but they lost on Friday, right? Because the coach continuously puts offense over defense. My brother's probably the best defensive player on their team, and he refuses to keep him on the court. And when they refuse to keep him on the court, they end up losing towards the end of the game. And I told this coach that many times, but he's very stubborn, old school, and that's how they keep dropping games over and over. Adrian Griffin comes off as the same person. So when you have to learn how to actually take people's advice. It's not, the 90s, the 80s. You got to learn how to take somebody else's advice at the end of the day. So did Giannis get Dame fired? I'm going to let Rick kind of, answer that question, because I want to kind of get into what Rick says. Well, how much influence do you think Giannis had? Because he said in a press conference he had a great relationship with Adrian Griffin, which I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper into. But what you think about that, bro?
Indirectly, yes, he got him fired, and I see why indirectly. And one thing, before I even jump into that, let me pull this back up because I saw something right here.
All right.
So, like Pagan 180, you said they got off on a bad foot, but Griffin was the head coach. Okay, look, and this is alluding back to what I meant in my soliloquy in the beginning of when I started. When I said this is BJ's show, like, understand, he thought about the Pull Up Basketball podcast. It had to start and be created from somewhere. So that's the reference I'm putting it at. Like, I know I'm part of the show, but I'm trying to get y'all to understand and make the bigger picture here in this situation. Giannis is the vision. Giannis is the Pull Up Basketball show. He's the reason why anybody cares about the Bucks right now. Anybody. Because I don't care what anybody has to argue. Nan one of y'all gave a damn about the Bucks on here until Giannis arrived and he started making noise. And that's what the organization, because I like Giannis so much, he made me go do history on the Bucks, all the way to Sidney Moncrief before they made a defensive player of the year. He's the reason why they even really damn near made a defensive player of the year, by the way. So shout out to Sidney Moncrief. And then also, let's not forget that, you had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that won back in the day with Oscar Robertson. But hell, nobody cares about basketball that much to even remember that nowadays. But that was the last time really the Bucks really even made some noise. And that was before any of us was even born. Okay, so the Bucks is a small market. They actually are going to topple and basically getting rid of back in, I think it was 16 or 2017, because they needed money. And the government, the state itself of Milwaukee, like the governor, whoever it was, a political head, actually took public money to get the new building, because that's how much faith they had in Giannis. Okay, so when you understand the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, understand that there's such a small market and nobody wants to go there. That not only did Giannis bring hope to that franchise, but that franchise and the city itself put their faith and hope into Giannis. So when I make remarks that Milwaukee is Giannis and Giannis is Milwaukee, basically without him, there will be no Milwaukee Bucks. They were already thinking about getting rid of the franchise as a whole, or at least moving them somewhere else when they weren't producing any money. They weren't it was not fun to go watch the Milwaukee Bucks. So when I say indirectly, yes, is because now, even though, and BJ, just to tag on what you just said, it seems like Adrian Griffin and, Giannis were cool. I don't doubt that they were. I don't doubt that at one point in time, they probably still are cool. I just think the way things were handled was not cool. My point exactly of hopping back onto the point I was making when I said, this is your show. You had to come to me with a vision. You had to come with me with a thought of, hey, this is how I'm thinking about doing it. Okay, so what would happen if I get on this show and then I start telling you how to run the show, as if I'm the one that had the vision, as if I'm the one that made up the show in my mind, and I'm telling you in front of everybody on the panel right now? That's how Griffin handled it in the Bucks situation. That's what I'm alluding to. He handled it that way, because back to you, Pagan, yes, you can start on a bad foot with somebody, but the problem is that it's okay to start off on the wrong foot and then to come back and be like, yo, bro, I know what I said at the interview the other day that was out of line. My bad about that, man. I should have told you more so in private or handle that a different way. And then you never see nothing like that again happen. But the problem is that after that happens, not only do you continue to not listen to the players or other people's opinions like Coach Stotts, and even what you saw in the past with Booten when he literally had the team playing defense out of this world. But then on top of that, you come in, as BJ said, with this old school mindset of like, look, I'm the head coach and you guys are going to listen to me. And even though what I'm doing is not even working, even though we tried it a million times and it's not working, I'm still going to do it this way because I'm the head coach. Here's the problem with that kind of mindset. Everybody understands ranking systems. Everybody does. I don't care if you're a baby. You understand who mom and dad is. But at the same time, even as a young child, if you're feeling neglected, if you're feeling abused, guess what you do? You naturally either shut down or you run to a guardian that's going to take care of you. That's what we naturally do as human beings. So guess what Stotts did? He left. Guess what Giannis is doing? He's writing up his own plays. Guess what Lopez is doing? He's screaming at Adrian Griffin in the middle of the game. So even though everybody started on the wrong foot, it wasn't like he didn't have time to come back to the team and say, hey, y'all, my bad, man. It was a long journey getting here. I worked my butt off to get to this spot. So I think I kind of overstepped just a little bit. You guys were working just fine before I got here. Giannis, I know you're the reason why we 30-13 right now. So, brother, please don't take it like I don't know why we 30-13. I got common sense. It's just that I worked so hard to get here, and I just want you guys to really work with me. He could have fixed it, Pagan, but he didn't. He decided to keep doing it his way. And, oh, by the way, Pagan, he's not Greg Popovich. He's not Phil Jackson. You see what I'm saying? He's not a decorated coach. Okay. He's not one of those coaches that you will just, have an attitude with and you'll be like, but you know what? He got 11 rings. Or you know what? He got 7 rings. You know what? He got 5 rings. Even I don't like what he talking about. This man got more rings than me. So let me just shut my mouth and listen. He doesn't have that type of cachet. I'm sorry. And so when I'm as a player, when I'm as literally the voice, and I'm talking about Giannis now, when I'm the reason why this place even stands, and my accolades alone overpower yours, and you come at me, and we're doing it your way. It's not like we didn't try, Griffin. We're doing it your way, but it's obviously not working. Oh, yes, sir. You got to go. You got to go. And it's no hate. It's no like I can't talk to you or be friends, but you have to go because everybody and their mother knows the old phrase. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We tried it your way. It doesn't work. So let's go back to what we were doing when I won the damn championship back in 2021. The hell is you talking about, Griffin? We tried it your way damn near half. It's only 82 games. We have 43 right now. It's not working, brother. So let's just do it how we used to do it and just add on from there since we know it works. And I won a championship this way, or we can keep doing it your way. And then we're going to make it to the playoffs because I'm Giannis. Duh. I'm the organization. So we're going to make it to the playoffs. But when it comes to your coaching and your schematic skills, we're going to lose in the first round by Jimmy and them boys, or by the Knicks, or by the Pacers yet again, because you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm not saying that because I have an attitude. I'm saying that because it's facts. Every time we run something that you want to run, we getting cooked by teams we shouldn't be getting cooked by. So I'm sorry. My damn accolades, my damn pedigree, and if I'm Giannis right now, everything that I am is the reason why this building is still standing. But yet when we tried your way, we're doing horrible in defensive rating. And the reason why we got this one title is because our defensive rating was top tier when we won it. So we ain't trying to hear it. So indirectly, yes, he got him fired. The main man ain't happy.
Right, man. We're gonna let y'all in a minute. I got a couple more things to talk about, man. But I want to piggyback off what Rick said. And I got a lot of people in the comments saying, well, he undermined him and you don't undermine the coach. My point goes exactly to what Rick's point is. You have to go with who knows what they're talking about. If Giannis Antetokumpo, first of all, you come into his team, number one, they hired you. So you're coaching him. He's not coaching you. Since you left Adrian Griffin, Nobody's gonna think about you no more. Giannis Antetokumpo is what makes the stirs the drink. That's the only reason people are talking about you. So yes, we understand that you're the coach. We understand that has to be respected, but you better be open to hearing people's suggestions who've already won something and won a championship, and who's actually, as we can see, has an influence if you stay or go, because they ended up firing you because, and that's only what Rick said indirectly. It could only have been because they felt that you were not the coach to coach this team, and you felt like you knew more than our star Supermax, maybe probably the best player when he leaves of the organization. I mean, what can you really tell him? So you add that in with the Terry Stotts incident, which, okay, you had a basically a point that you felt like you should have been in charge. You don't let nobody undermine you. Do that behind the closed doors after practice. Say, hey man, listen, don't, I appreciate you helping, but when I'm having, my meetings or what I'm doing, please just hold off on what you got to say, and then we can talk. And I guarantee you, Terry Stotts been like, my bad, man. But I'm hearing that you yelled at him and you try to emasculate him in front of the team. And then did you apologize after you did what you did in front of the team? I don't think you did, because 2 days later, Terry Stotts, the same man, resigned from his position. So that shows you have a lack of awareness, and you have a lack of listening to people probably younger than you. And that's where a lot of people who are older get twisted, just because you're older than somebody that you may miss something. You may not have something that a player or a coach doesn't have. Terry Stotts has been in the league for over a decade, like I said. So in counterask, you might want to actually hear what he has to say. Or did you just kind of just push him to the side and say, I'm the head coach, I'm the big dog around here? Well, you got fired. And it wasn't and like Rick said, it wasn't your defense. I mean, what's your offense? Because if you look at, the statistics, the team stats, everybody kept on complaining about the Bucks defense. I said to myself, I ain't really been watching too many Bucks games. I watched a few, like a handful, but they kept talking about the Bucks defense just got so bad. I'm like, you only let go of one player, which was Drew Holiday. You still got Giannis over there, who's a great help side defender. Chris Middleton is still long. You got some, Brooke Lopez in the. You still got some. I'm like, why is their defense going down so bad? Like, if we look at, just their, categories right here, they're still second in points, right? They're scoring 124 points per game, right? They're top 5 in 3 points made. 3-point percentage, they're top 6 or top 10, right? Defensive rebounding, they're top 2. But if you look at something like a category like steals, they're all the way at number 25. Defensive rating, like Rick said, they're at the bottom in defensive rating. So I'm like, what are y'all really doing to really, have this record? And, you brought up pretty much was Giannis Antetokumpo's dominance and him being a top 5 player in this NBA is what's keeping this ship about. And Giannis is like, I'm tired of, having to do all this work, man. We're making this stuff harder than it has to be. I don't want to have to go through what I went through last year against Miami, where we got embarrassed in the first round because Miami, who's a well put together coach team, came ready to, i.e., make me do something I didn't want to have to do, which is close the game, because they had every other aspect of the court taken care of. And oh, by the way, Miami was missing players as well. And that just goes to show you how great their coach and their culture is. And that's why I feel Giannis in the offseason was looking for when he got Damian Lillard. Like, I hear people in the comments saying Damian Lillard is the reason why with Giannis. Well, let me ask you a question. When Dame was with Portland by himself, how far did they get? Did they miss the playoffs? I think they missed the playoffs after CJ left. They kept getting bounced out the first round, while Giannis continuously has historic first 2 seeds within the last 4 seasons. Giannis is the guy that stirs the drink. Dame helps Giannis to close games, which is very important. And I think that's why Giannis got Dame. But Giannis is the guy who stirs the drink for that organization. And he is the person. That's why the Bucks are been above water. So I just think that Adrian Griffin, not just his coach, because you can learn how to coach. I just think more of his arrogance and how he rubbed people the wrong way got him pushed out the door. And I'm starting to believe more and more that the front office made that choice, because it just wasn't Giannis. I think other teammates, Bobby Portis had a counter with him in the locker room as well. And I think that other people on the team just didn't respect how he went about his business, just trying to, emasculate the team. But let's talk about the new hire. Let's talk about the new hire, bro. Doc Rivers. I'm speechless how many times this man continuously gets coaching jobs, man. I did a video about this about a year ago. This guy, man, every time you look around, he gets hired after getting fired. Orlando, Boston, Clippers, Sixers, NBA analyst, back with in the NBA coaching position with the Bucks. I'm like, there's coaches who don't coach for years before they get another opportunity. But this guy continuously gets coaching job after coaching job, having dominant teams, right? How do you feel about the coaching of Doc Rivers and the hiring of him, Rick?
I mean, initial feeling, man, if I'm being honest, a little bit of fear. And the reason why, I don't mean fear like I'm scared, but fear of like, you know, it is based off of what we already saw. That's where my fear is coming from. I mean, look, Doc Rivers, you know, yes, he won a championship with the Celtics, bro, back in 2008 when he had KG, Ray Allen, you know, Paul Pierce, some of the most diabolical ballers of all time on one team. Then you had Rondo just orchestrating the whole team. You didn't need coaches when I'm getting that. I could have coached that damn team and got a championship. I mean, you know, so when people pull that up, I just, you know, I kind of understand where you are basketball wise. I mean, look, he has a chip, so that helps him get his foot in the door, no doubt. Because when you have a chip or you have multiple chips under your belt as a coach and your win percentage is higher than losing, that's always going to help you out as a coach in any field of basketball. It doesn't matter if you're college level or whatnot. So that's the first thing. I'm going to give my respect to Doc Rivers. Here's where the fear part comes in. When you're with the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? They called you the Lob City. You know, you had all them top talented people over there. And then when you went to Philly and you had James Harden, and I think also he is known, known to literally like have talented teams. And the Bucks are a talented team. And he is known to not get you to the promised land. Okay. He is known for that. I'm not even going to spend too much time on that because you can literally YouTube it, Google it, and you'll just see what I'm talking about. So his history when it comes to playoffs is very scary because you would think with the knowledge that he has and with the win percentage as a coach that he has, he wins more than he loses. And also with the championship that he has, with all this pedigree, you would think I would feel good. But no. Because on other teams, when he was the head coach and he had a talented roster, they didn't get too far. And if it didn't change back then, the fear that I'm talking about, I feel like it's not going to change now. And honestly, because I am such a Greek fan, I'm only wishing the best. Hopefully he comes over there and he, you know, from his experience and what he has done for the NBA and throughout the NBA, we see more of a good side. So I'm always going to speak positivity, especially when it comes to my team and Giannis. But when I'm just going off of what I know and what I've seen, it's a bit scary, BJ, because it's not like he never had talented teams before. I mean, the Lob City team is arguably one of those teams that could have won a championship, but he just couldn't get them there. You know what I'm saying? Granted, you know, the players have to take some accountability for that as well. I'm not putting it all on him, but just since we're focused on him, it just says a lot when you had organizations that were pretty suited up and nice for a good run towards a championship, and you really couldn't get them there. And even when you were at Philly, it's like you couldn't get them there. You couldn't get your guys pumped up to take it to the next level. And that indirectly makes me think about the Miami Heat, because even with that organization, when they don't even have all of their people playing, somehow that dude just knows how to coach to a point to where he still can get his team to the promised land. He might not win it, but he knows how to get his team to the promised land. And so if you were to say, yo, we finna go get old boy in Miami as the coach, oh, I'm relaxed now. I'm going to sleep like a baby. Because I'm like, even when he don't have all his pieces, he know how to coach. He know how to get his team revved up to get to the finals. But then when you give me a guy that has shown me in years past that literally had a team that you can arguably win a chip with 2 different times, and he couldn't get you there, because again, I don't want to hear nothing about no damn Celtics. That was a certified chip eater the minute they formed together. That's just like when LeBron went to Miami. I could have been a coach of either team and we'd have won some championships. It don't take much coaching when you got that kind of talent. I'm sorry. Okay, those 3 Hall of Famers he had, and then Rondo coming as a point guard that had a little attitude about himself and was a dog himself. Anybody gonna win a championship with that damn team. I don't care what coach you throw on that roster. But the other opportunities he had, and you can't even get to the finals with that type of talent, BJ, it's a little scary for me. But my faith, my hope in Giannis, my hope in the rest of those guys, hopefully they make it. Hopefully he comes with a different mindset and knows that, we got a good roster. Let's push it. Let's get it. So I'm only hoping for the best. But just based off of what I saw with Doc Rivers and Rich Banks, I have to be casual. You know why I'm being casual, sir? Because every time I've seen Doc Rivers do something with a talented team, literally when I see him get up and call a timeout and write stuff up, it never got him further, right? It never pushed him to the next level, right, in the playoffs. So that's why my casual persona is showing, because that's all I have to go off of. I don't get up here and lie about nothing. That's one thing about me you'll learn real quick, Mr. Banks. I don't lie about nothing. I only tell you what I see and what I know. So that's why I'm ending it by saying, hopefully, with Doc Rivers coming in, he has a good mindset. He bonds with the team and they figure it out together. Unlike Griffin, they actually figure it out and he can get a championship with this roster, because I'm only going to hope for the best. But Banks, what I've seen in the past, it's a little shaky for me, but I'm going to hope for the best. So that's all I got to say, BJ.
All right. So let me take this off real quick. Hold on, y'all. All right. So Doc Rivers, and I'm gonna let y'all just have it after this. Doc Rivers, if y'all want me to be honest with you, he is really, if the Bucks fired Adrian Griffin for what he did, for being, self-righteous and, thinks he knows everything, this, that, and the other, he's a more headache than Adrian Griffin is, because I had him with the Clippers. We had Doc Rivers with the Clippers. Doc Rivers is one of the most stubborn coaches you'll ever meet. It's his way or the highway. It's not, he ain't really looking for much counsel. It's his way or the highway. So if Adrian Griffin, they had problems with him, listening to other people on the team and champions and that nature, Doc Rivers is going to be worse. I think this move was a lateral move, except that one guy has the championship and one guy doesn't. But this was a lateral move really for the Bucks. And I think it was a move out of desperation. This is why I say a lot of it, part of it was the offense and part of it was Giannis, because for them to make such a desperate move, only something that kind of happened, been stirring up for a long period of time, or something that happened instantly like that could have had this firing. So Rivers is the same person, then Griffin a little bit worse at the end of the day. So I don't think personally that it's something that really is going to really change the culture of the team. How I feel like how they're going to do from here on out, I think the Bucks again is going to be, of course, the top seed in the East. Do their defense picks up? I don't think much, because Doc Rivers is not really a defensive coach. He's more of a guy who's an offensive coach. I don't see really where he, really takes this team on a different level. Right? I don't see him do that. This guy really thinks that he is the coaching guru of the NBA. I don't know how he gets all this credit, all this praise, and all these, coaching opportunities, because he has not really done anything outside of 2008, which was more than 12 years ago. Right? He's had great teams, had opportunities to get it done. He has not made it to the conference finals since 2000. 2009 was the last time Doc Rivers made it to the conference finals. He has not made it to the conference finals since 2009. I'm sorry, 2010. That is 14 years of just failure. But just 14 years of failure, bro. Bro, with your team, you should have went to the conference finals most of your career, bro. I'm sorry, but hopefully you never know. This Bucks team may rise together, but at the end of the day, you know, it's all up to Giannis and Dame. Like, hopefully they can carry this team because players can, you know, cover up a coach's mistakes usually, and that's something that Giannis and Dame are just gonna have to do. But that's all I had to say about that. We were a little bit long-winded with that, but I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all into the chat real quick, man. Let y'all, you know what I'm saying, you know, see what y'all gotta say. Like I said, we're gonna be going live in about 2.5 hours over the Clippers demolishing the Boston Celtics last night. All right, so little 2-minute break, and then we're gonna let y'all come in. All right. All right, y'all. So we back into the building. All right, let's get our people in here, man. Let's get start with my man Bruce on the Bucks. Then we're gonna go to Thomas. What's good, Bruce?
Good morning, good afternoon, gentlemen. Everybody in the
salute.
Podcast family.
Let them have it, Bruce. Let them have it, baby.
I don't have a lot to say, man. I know I'm gonna leave the cursing, everything to you, man.
Now I'm gonna behave today. Daniel says he got her youngest on here. I'm gonna wait for the Clippers show, Bruce, to unleash on them. Well, see, yeah, just let me be quiet.
Here you go. See, you almost said it.
let me be quiet. Go ahead, Bruce.
All right. I mean, Is Giannis responsible? I mean, all superstars have in the past tried force coaches out. I mean, I know Magic, all of them did it. So, but Giannis is not as much as a saint as he proclaimed his PR. Every Giannis fans say or talk about or say that he's a saint, he's such a nice guy, whatever. But the last couple of years, we have seen a different side of Giannis, or maybe he has gained so much confidence. He started to, lie in the podium like he's not responsible, that Doc Rivers is a coach now, and I don't know where this team is gonna go. Second round, 7-game, second round. I mean, they have no defense in the perimeter. I know Doc Rivers, what he's gonna say is, guys, you guys got to play harder. Play harder. That's what you have to do. They're playing harder than us. They're playing harder than us. You got to play hard. That's what you're gonna do. That's his coaching. So I don't think the Bucks gonna go further. And I agree, it's a lateral move. It's a lateral move. And I'm sorry, Rick, man, Giannis is a buck. I don't want to call him Buck Dancer, but he's a buck. He's like a deer. They look friendly, but they hit you. So Bucks, false. I'm not gonna call him fraud like some people. Frauds. So, but Bucks is second round. That's what I see. Go ahead.
All right, Thomas, go ahead, Thomas.
Well, Rick, BJ just took your heart and soul over there and threw that thing in the dumpster over there, destroying Doc Rivers. He ain't lying though, and Bruce ain't lying. Bruce, one of them, man. If Bruce says something that's against your team, it's gonna hurt your damn feelings every time. I love Bruce. That joke is shut out, cuz. Check this out though. Let me boost Rick up a little bit. There's still some hope, brother. There's still some hope. All right, the first thing y'all need to do, first and foremost, pick up the damn phone right now and get Caruso in the trade. That's the first thing you do. The next thing you need to do is go after Jordan Clarkson and put him on that bench. You do those two moves, now you talking business. Because you'll have Lopez to protect the rim. You put Giannis on the pick and roll. Take Lopez off the center and put Lopez in the corner guarding a nobody. Let Caruso and Giannis handle that pick and roll action, and that defense will be 10 times better. And then go get Clarkson. So when Dame and Giannis come off the bench, you got the firecracker coming out. So y'all have hope. This ain't over yet. Now, if y'all take this past the trade deadline, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble. Cause see, y'all can be like Golden State and let Curry or Dame get picked on, right? You can do that and still win. Golden State has showed you that time and time again. There's hope. There's definitely hope. But the minute y'all think you're going out, Coach Eric Spoelstra is that's when you're going home. Probably. Yeah. But like I said, if you go get Caruso and you go get Clarkson, y'all stand a chance coming out because you got Lopez to put on Porzingis. See, the key in the East is who can match Porzingis, because Porzingis is like Harden. He's not gonna be asked to score 30 because he got other guys gonna score 30 over there, right? Mm-hmm. He's gonna be asked to be a third party, and Porzingis is if he's healthy, obviously, is a hell of a mismatch if you want your third or fourth defender trying to guard him, right? It's the same problem, but y'all got Lopez. A lot of teams don't have Lopez. As good as Bam is, Porzingis is just taller. He can still shoot over him. You know, it's no problem. But y'all go get Caruso, go get Clarkson, which is what I would do if I was y'all. Y'all back in business. But if y'all take this roster, yeah, Bruce is dead right. Yeah, it's going to be an early exit because y'all take this roster right here, unless Middleton flips, turns back the clock and becomes that Middleton that was actually y'all's closer when y'all won the championship. Unless he does that, y'all got a watered down Middleton. Dame's going to get picked on. And then you got no bitch. So, I mean, there is hope for y'all. Y'all just got to make a couple moves, man. But I don't believe I would have got Doc Rivers. I mean, the man, he leads NBA history in 3-1 blown leads. He leads NBA history in 3-2 blown leads. And I know for sure he's got a 2-0 series blown lead and a 2-1 series blown lead. I don't know what, because like we all say, Giannis, they're not doing no moves without talking to Giannis because he doesn't threaten to leave. So they're already on eggshells. Any decisions going through Giannis, I don't know what in the hell made him, after watching all these Doc Rivers collapses, I don't know what in the hell made him think that was his guy. Because Bruce is right. He just going to get in the huddle. He's a good motivator. Doc's one of those assistants on the bench you need. He'll motivate the guys while the real X and O guys over there drawing up plays. That's what Doc is. But there's hope for y'all, man. There's hope for y'all.
Man, look, I appreciate you balancing that yin and yang because Bruce, he always comes in with the knockout punch. I was ready for it. And then, you softened it up a little bit with the counter. But
I mean, Bruce is right about what he's saying. This roster right here is at a dead end road. But unfortunately, the trade deadline is still yet to pass. So, but for right now, yeah, Bruce is right. But if y'all go get Caruso and Clarkson, man, y'all gonna be a problem. I'm telling you, because you got the point of attack defender. You can hide Dame in the corner. You got Giannis Lopez and well, if you ain't got to give up Middleton to get Caruso, you have Middleton and Caruso on the court. Y'all be a tough out in the East. But like I said, y'all gonna have to do something with that bench too.
Man, look, this is what I will say. First of all, good analysis. I see what you were doing with the Caruso and Clark thing there. Like I saw it in my head. Here's the two issues though, which is why I'm still kind of hopeless. Is we already know as the organization, like you paying Giannis and Lillard crazy money. Like, and we already know that Caruso, he's worth every dollar, right? Like he's worth his weight in gold. So it's one of those situations where even if we did go for him, it's like, do we have the money to really pay the man his value? Because we know he's gonna play. We know what he brings to any team, really. But
he ain't gonna cost you that much though, Rick. Like it ain't like you signing damn Kawhi or Giannis or KD to the roster. You signing Caruso, and now he's undervalued by a mile, but he's still not going to cost you a whole lot.
Okay, so let's go with that. Let's go with this route. And I'm moving to the second point. So we'll say that everything works out with that, but then it goes back to the second point. Doc Rivers, you and Bruce both said it. I mean, literally known to just not make it happen when you need to make it happen. And I agree with you. I think he is one of those coaches that will motivate you, that will get you pumped, that'll get you going. But you said it perfectly, and I like how you said it. He's not one of those coaches that when it comes really down to it, where it comes down to the X's and O's, where it comes down to the actual drawing up of we're in a tough spot. What do we need to do in the second and third quarter so we can finish in the fourth strong? And you brought up a perfect person, Eric Spoelstra, because he shows us every single time. Even when you don't have your whole team, he still knows what to do and how to countermeasure you against the other team to get you there. I have not seen that by Doc. Haven't seen it. And on top of that, not just going off of his record of him being, 3-1 buster, 3-2 buster, like all that kind of stuff. It's just literally just watching the game. You and Bruce both said it. This dude will yell at you the whole 4 quarters, but I don't see him like coming in at certain parts of the game and saying, look, this is what we're going to do. And all of a sudden you see that it starts working. I have yet to see that. BJ really shot me down when he threw up the facts when he said it's been damn near 14 years since this man.
I can't believe BJ did that. The best friend in a public situation. That was downright despicable.
And so it's like, look, man, I'm not one of them. When I'm a fan of a team or a player, I don't get carried away by my emotions. I live in reality. At the end of the day, it's looking pretty scary over there. As much as I want it to be, that's why I have faith. I want to be wrong this time. I want to be so wrong. I want it to where Doc comes over there, he meshes good with the team. Him and Giannis get things together, and they just start picking it up. Their defensive rating at least get back to the top 10. Please, God. Because at the end of the day, if you can't play no defense, you're not winning a champ. Everybody and their mother knows that. You're not winning a championship.
Well, I mean, damn, y'all got home court advantage right now. They calling Griffin. They use Griffin as scapegoat. Y'all number 2 seed. I can see if y'all number 9 seed.
But what does that mean if we going up against a team that has a better defense than us? Like, what does that mean?
Well, like I said, you got the trade deadline. Everybody in their mama knows that the Bucks know that they better make some moves at the trade deadline. Like, y'all are going to add pieces, but I'm encouraging you. If I was you, I call that 8'9" giant Rob Parker and tell his ass to put a bug in somebody's ear and go get Caruso. Y'all go do that. That needs to be your first move. What y'all should have done was went all in to trade Middleton and whoever else that got OG Anunoby. If y'all would have got that man and Giannis and Dame, man, that'd have been a lineup over there.
But you already know how it works, Sean. You know how it works. I go with what I have now. Like the hypotheticals. I mean, what you said is perfect, but that's not the reality, right? So we're stuck with Doc, and I'm not feeling too good. But
I can't do nothing but laugh about that.
It's one of those things
BJ,
where,
man.
and like I said, even if Doc watches this himself, I really hope and wish the best. But the reality is that, look, and until BJ said it, it's been 14 years, bro. It's been 14 years, and you had talented teams since then to where you couldn't write up something to get them at least to the promised land like Spoelstra been doing the last 5. Like shoot, what you got Damian. I mean, look, this is what I mean when I say I'm a realist. You have Damian Lillard.
Do y'all still got the West Lane coach on the bench? Who?
Stotts left.
I forget that guy's name. Who's over there coaching the defense on the bench for y'all?
Ben Baker.
Yeah.
Ben Baker.
Yeah. So y'all still got him?
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still there. But hell, look, man. This is what I'm basically trying to say. And then Pagan, I also read your comment. Cavs will be easy work. No, they're not easy work. The Cavs whooped our ass the other night. They beat us by 12. And that's with Giannis and Lillard on the court. Now, Lillard had a crappy game.
And I think
you need to get Tooney up here on the panel. The Cavs made some defensive adjustments. And evidently, this Okoro dude is like a team-man, supposedly.
What you just said. They made defensive adjustments. You see, that's what I'm getting at. That's where I'm getting at right there.
Right, exactly.
Defense, if we are not defensively ready for any team, the Cavs just showed us a prime example. Yes, Pagan 180. On a regular sunshiny day, they should be easy work. I'm not even worried about no Cavs. But in the position that we're in, we got Doc Rivers. Our defense is trash. You got Giannis and them not, getting, Griffin's gone now, but at the time you had Griffin and them not getting along. Anytime we're in a position like this and we can score the ball, but then now we can't stop the other team, have we not still even forget the Cavs? When has the Pacers ever been a problem for us? They actually a problem. The Knicks are about to be a problem for us.
Oh my God, everything I was gonna say. Damn.
They're about to be a problem for us.
The Knicks about to be a problem for everybody. Don't worry.
We talking about the Bucks, but my thing is, when I look at everything in the reality of the situation, I am scared. This doesn't. I typically don't.
Y'all okay, man? Y'all okay, Rick? I'm telling you.
I don't care about those teams normally. Why? Because when I didn't care about those teams, our defensive rating was top tier. But now that our defensive rating is trash and our team is not being cohesive and getting along and playing like they normally play back in 21 and before then, now it's really a fear because when I went back and looked at that Cavs game and they beat us by 12. Now, again, I'm not going to blame everything on coaching because Lillard was like 2 and 100. He wasn't hitting nothing. So I think he was like, overall, like 7 for 24 for field goal. And granted, if he just would have hit half his damn shots, he probably would have won by a hair. But at the end of the day, not just all on him, but it's like, look, if we can't handle the Cavs, bro, we can't handle them. And we damn sure can't handle the Pacers. They've proven that through this whole season. Every time I see them on the calendar, I'm doing this right here. Like, damn, I don't want to see them. And then, let alone if we got to run into those Miami Heat boys with Coach Spokes. Look, man, I've never felt this kind of pressure in my life where I'm like, how in the hell do we got one of the best players of all time on the roster, but I'm over here biting my teeth? This is a bad position to be in.
Spoelstra outcoach Doc Rivers so many times. So it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good. So I hope that Thomas's, analytical skills actually come to life. But until then, I'm over here looking like a kid without his parent.
Is Cameron Payne the backup point guard?
Yeah,
wow.
Cameron Payne's the scorer off the bench, so to speak.
Man,
I mean,
every time you talk, it's like the word of God. I just hear truth.
Y'all go make a move, Rick. You just better make the right moves.
The Bucks. Oh, sorry, God.
Let me say this about the Bucks. So the Bucks are going to be a top 4 seed in the East. We know that they're not going to drop down past 4. They're going to have home court advantage, right? So that's check. Now you got to look at the teams you matching up with. All right. So the first round, you should beat whoever you face in the first round. It's the second round you got to look at. Okay, is it going to be Cleveland? Is it going to be New York? Is it going to be Indiana? All right, so now you got to figure out how do you use your positives and your strengths against their weaknesses. And that's where the coaching aspect comes in. And that's where it's like, okay, Doc Rivers, we're going to see if you learn from all your mistakes. Because the only reason I hold this as Doc Rivers, I'm going to tell y'all the truth, why I still hold it to this day over that guy. He's responsible for me having one of the most embarrassing moments of my basketball existence watching ball in 2020 in the bubble. I blame him as much as anybody on that roster. Kawhi, Paul George, Lawrence Frank, Jerry West. I blame him for even when our stars are playing well, and Sean pointed this out in the comment section, Kawhi and PG, how much y'all get on in game 7, were superb in game 5 and game 6, and we still lost the game because we could not stop Nikola Jokic because he kept putting Montrezl Harrell out there, and we could not guard anybody on the perimeter because we had Lou Williams getting cooked, and we had Landry Shamet out there as well. We were just basically, at the end of the day, we were pretty much handcuffed because of Doc Rivers' bad coaching. And Brian Windhorst, who's an NBA analyst, who, if you guys don't take my word for it, take his, said that they kept trying to wait for us to make a different move. And Doc Rivers' stubborn ass did not do it. And that's how we lost control of the series. You listen to Paul George on the podcast, all the smoke he said, we just kept going game after game, following the game plan. And we just couldn't, fix what was going on because the coach kept doing the same thing. Kawhi Leonard said in the post-game press conference after game 7, i.e., we need to get smarter. So goes right back to the coach, which it seems to me all that stuff was true because you get Tyronn Lue, the next very season they go to the conference finals. I'm not saying Doc Rivers is an all-time coach. I'm not saying Doc Rivers didn't win a championship. I'm not saying that Doc Rivers is not going to be one of the coaches that's looked at as decorated, but he is overrated. And he constantly uses that one title to get coaching job after coaching job after coaching job. We've seen him blow 3-1 leads. We've seen him have great teams and been able to, just not get the best out of his team. So that's the number one reason I hold against Doc Rivers, because what happened in 2020. Because I still have to hear from people today over that damn bubble. So I'll let you go, Rick.
Can I say this quickly?
Yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
So when I'm looking at the standings, I think the Bucks might face Miami. If it's Miami, the Bucks losing in the first one. I'm sorry.
This
You have
man
no
Bruce
chance.
never failed, cuz. I'm telling you,
have
if he
no
is roasting your team, it's gonna hurt your feelings every time.
I don't think it's gonna be this year, bro.
Damn, Bruce, you had to point out the first round.
Not this year.
Terry Rozier will do everything we want with Dame Lillard, right? And I heard somebody, on his channel said that Giannis is the best one-on-one defender.
Hell no.
I'm like, what? I mean, okay. So there's no way Giannis can guard Bam. Sorry. No way. So I wanted to say that Doc Rivers should be a teacher, man. How to get a job, how to do interviews, how to.
He writing the best resumes on earth, Bruce.
I don't want to call him a con man, but he's very close to that. Okay, because I don't know Mr. Rivers, right? Because I need to know how he does interviews. But I'm happy that Doc Rivers is hired, because now I can turn on the TV. I don't have to hear LeBron, there's this. I've never seen a player this great at this age. Yeah, I was tired of it. So I'm sorry. If you fade stay Heat, it's a gentleman's sweep. I mean, Drew Holiday was traded, and the coach was fired because he lost to the Heat. So, I mean, Giannis might get traded again. Might get traded too, if he,
Doc Rivers can't be a con man, because we see it in plain sight.
I don't know, BJ. I don't know, BJ. That damn coach is
con man in plain sight.
No, he can't be. We watched this in plain sight with Doc Rivers. A con man steals at the thief of night without you seeing prior to what he was. We seen what Doc Rivers did multiple times. My question is, who's protecting him, and who does he know? What does he know for him to keep getting coaching jobs? Not just one after another, but the timing. This guy just left ESPN, and he already hired. I damn near I shared when I saw that report.
Well, at least Bruce gave y'all the gentleman suite. At least you win one game. I mean, Bruce got me started. I was gonna be nice about this, but I blame Bruce.
Yo, man, you know what? This whole NBA season, every time I hear Bruce talk, like I said, I keep saying, it feels like the word of God. Man. It's like you sitting in church and you a sinner, and you just getting hit. You just.
Y'all okay, man? I'm telling you what to do. Y'all be fine.
What he's saying is true. It's like, yeah.
I mean, the defenders that's supposed to be on the team, they're not great defenders anymore. Jay Crowder is not a good defender anymore. He's not. He's just crowding the roster, right? Brook Lopez, I don't know why he's in the roster. I mean, he's getting the brother deal, like Thanasis getting the brother deal. Brooke, Robin, I don't know what they're doing. They're doing WWE before the game, dancing, whatever. I mean, they're gonna have time in the summer to dance because they're gonna go home early. Like I said, Cameron Payne is the backup, and he dances. Are you serious? That's all he does, dancing. He's gonna be on Dancing at the Star soon. Bobby Portis, man, come on. I already said what I said. In the Olympics, he was terrible. He's like a dog. He cannot bite anymore, but he's gonna bark when the gate closed. When the gate is open, he stopped barking. That's Bobby Portis. Middleton, I said he's Middleton now. One day he's like, oh, Middleton. And they're like, who's there? Middleton, right?
Do y'all regret letting Bruce on the panel yet?
Hey, Bruce, why don't you talk about the good things about the Bucks, man? Some of the good things.
They're in the second seed. That's a good thing.
Hey, I will say this. This if you want one positive thing about Doc Rivers, y'all will have an uptick in energy, and y'all will go on a small winning streak. He's going to get out coached in the playoffs, but y'all will have an uptick in mood swing, energy, the vibes. I mean, y'all will have a couple months of uptick. I give you that. And I forgot about Cameron Payne. Man, y'all got trade pieces over there. Y'all use Middleton, Cameron Payne. Hey, if you want to give up Bobby Portis, we can go ahead and call Bomber about that one immediately. But y'all got Portis, Cameron Payne, Middleton. But I'm telling you, dog, and when y'all go get Caruso from the Bulls, make sure PJ Williams is added in there. That'll give you another defender, rebounder that can switch on all the damn all the switches. Get him and Caruso, and then use whatever you got after that, and go get Clarkson. I'm telling you, y'all, it'll be a problem over there.
Why would the Bulls, who have a good running car in Caruso, want a car that you have to put oil, change their tires all the time in Middleton?
Yeah, but the Bulls ain't gonna go nowhere, Bruce. They 500 ass team. They like the Hawks. They just dead end road.
Okay, just because I'm dying, I'm gonna take poison.
They gonna take the contract, Bruce, to buy them out and free up the cap space for the offseason. That's all. That's how you do that.
Nobody wants to go to the Bulls, bro.
I mean, the Bulls, like I said, you just rebuilding. Like when you're rebuilding, you get all the draft picks.
Even Michael Jordan doesn't want to go back to the Bulls. He doesn't even show up for the ring owners. So.
Well, this ain't about what these guys want, man. It's about making the Bucks better. They don't make it down what Middleton and Cameron Payne them want. Hell, they should have played better. They would be on the trade block.
The Bulls have to accept it. The Bulls have to accept it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Bulls will take on people because they rebuilding. All they're gonna do, Bruce, is buy them out, and then they'll be off the roster.
Why do they want Miller done?
Because they need to get rid of DeRozan, Levine, and Caruso. That team is done. They've been at a dead end road 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Well,
what do you think the Bulls actually gonna do, Bruce? If they make a play and they out the first round,
they make a play. Oh, I mean, okay.
No, I'm saying if they make the play, and I'm saying if they don't, hell, that's even worse.
Well, I'm gonna disrespect the Bucks more. I think the Bulls could beat the Bucks.
Hey, I can't.
Bruce, why you doing Rick like this, man?
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
I remember this, man. I remember this, Rick. I put this back my thing. You got to get Bruce back for this. Bruce unloading all the fucking shots.
That guy with the afro, Kobe White, that's his name?
He from North Carolina.
Dame cannot guard him. Sorry.
Look, I will say this, okay. Corey Gear 5. Hell no, Giannis is a terrible on-ball defender. You put Giannis one-on-one at the top of the key. He getting cooked the whole. Okay. So let me say this. When it comes down to defense, just in its general sense of what defense is, that's something you don't teach. That's something you just got to have as an individual. This is why Kawhi Leonard, Caruso, guys of that tier, I tend to respect on the defensive end a lot because you can tell they take it personal, right? So that's one thing you can't teach. That just has to come from the individual. Me saying that, in 2021, when the Bucks won their championship, if you go back and watch those playoffs, even before they got to the finals, when he's going against the Nets with KD and them, like Giannis was everywhere. And this is what I'm getting at. It's about position too. Okay, Giannis needs to be around that rim. He needs to help Lopez when those big guys and those little guys are getting to the hole, right? So his main focus is not to really guard you on the key, right? And then I'm going to make it even on a smaller level to make the big picture. So I'm playing ball yesterday with guys I don't even know. I could have shot every shot. I got a good little mid-range. But here's the thing. I'm not going to win if everybody is not doing what they need to do. So you know what I decided to do? Just focus on steals, rebounding, and taking my guy, which was 6'5", the biggest dude on the court, away from the basket so that my guys can go score. So when it comes to defensive schemes and defense itself, it's a lot more than just one-on-one play when you have 5 other guys out there on the court with you. You have to put yourself in positions in order to dominate on the defensive end. And so me bringing that up is based, I went 4-0, but it could have easily been 0-4 if I didn't make the decision I made at the beginning of each game. Basically saying that when it comes to Giannis playing on the ball, who the hell is going to be down there helping when you got somebody as fast as a Russell Westbrook or as skilled as a Joker that can move from one spot to one spot and that can score when they feel like it? When you need a dude like Giannis, who's athletically a freak of nature, hence Greek freak, can jump from the damn free throw line and pin your ball up against the glass if he's out there by the half-court three-point line. That's not a good defensive scheme. He needs to stay somewhere around the base so that when these smaller guys come in or when the big guy gets the ball, he's quick enough and agile enough to make some noise. Hence is why he won in 2021. He was blocking hella shots. He was always running people down. But if you got a man up there playing a guard, and let's make it really scary, if you playing a Kawhi Leonard or if you playing a Paul George and you playing a quick guy like Russell Westbrook, and these guys take you off the three-point line, and we all know that Kawhi and Paul George themselves can score when they feel like it anywhere on the court, but then you got a guy as quick as Russell Westbrook zoom past your ass like a Ferrari, but you want to play one-on-one on top of the key, easy barbecue chicken. They ain't even no match because your defensive scheme is jacked up. So I say all that to say, it's not that Giannis can't play you one-on-one. It's because he has a position on the court where he needs to make sure he's defending that basket at all times. And when we go back in time and look at the finals and we saw what he was doing, Booten had Lopez on the block. He had Giannis scouting and running around that free throw line so that if somebody gets past the guard, Jrue Holiday, if they get past him, which was very hard to do, by the way, his defense was crazy. Then once they got past, Jrue Holiday and Giannis pushed that sucker back out to the three-point line, or he got past Jrue, and then you saw Giannis making memorable pictures and posts, blocking shit off the glass. But now, if you have Giannis playing one-on-one on the top of the key against some of these crazy freak of natures themselves, blowing past you, and that can pull up at a second's moment like Steph Curry and them, and can just shoot in your damn eye in a millisecond, guess what's about to happen? Oh, man, the tower's about to fall down because ain't shit you can do. So understand the dynamic of the defensive scheme when it comes to the game, because I'm not saying that Giannis is one of the top 5 of the best one-on-one defensive players, but I do understand as a team overall that you need a player like him down there around that area. So when the bigger guys are coming down or when the smaller guards are zooming past our defense, he can be there to help. But now if you try to put him one-on-one on somebody and they're faster than him and they're lower to the earth than him and they get past him, hence Russell Westbrook, we know he's fast as hell, and he gets past, guess what happens? It's barbecue chicken the rest of the damn series. Ain't nothing you can do. So you need Giannis down low. You need him around that block area so he can jump block. He can help defend. He can help the guards up top. But he's not going to sit there and play no one-on-one. You're misusing him in that sense.
All right, so we're going to end up closing it off right here. I'm going to let Kirk go.
Kirk.
We're going to start winding it down because we do got Clipper talking a couple hours. Get ready for that. What's good, Kirk?
What's good, BJ? Y'all can hear me clearly?
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? I see y'all was talking about Giannis's defense. I don't know why people keep saying Giannis don't play defense. I do agree with you, bro. He definitely plays defense. He's just a big man. I don't think people understand that. He's not a guard. Giannis is not a guard. That's my biggest argument with people. He is not a guard. So people keep treating him like he's a guard. He's a big man, a Shaq, a Tim Duncan. Like, I don't understand people, man. People just keep putting all this shit on Giannis. He is a big man. LeBron is a small forward that can. LeBron's not even a big man, to be honest with you. He low-key is, but he's a small forward. Giannis is actually a big man. People need to understand that. So people don't understand that. So it's just like, I don't understand. Well, are we talking about like the coaching thing, right? With Giannis? The coach killing
quick question, Kurt.
Yes, sir.
Charles Barkley was a big man?
Technically, yes, he was. How tall was he? Was he?
6'5", 6'6".
Damn.
So
he played like a big man.
How tall is LeBron?
6'8",
6'9", around there.
Okay. I see your point.
Big man?
Okay. I mean, yes.
How tall was Magic? I mean,
Magic was really
just
a big
because
man.
you play a position doesn't mean you're not a big man.
Okay.
Go ahead, sorry.
I can give you that though. But how tall is Giannis though?
6'11".
Okay then. Okay. Giannis is
I mean,
6'11".
KD is like what?
Nah, stop it, bro. Oh
All
my
right, all right,
god. Stop it. Oh
all
my
right.
god. But
You already know where Bruce is going.
oh my god. I see where Bruce is going, bro, but he understands what I'm saying. Giannis is what 6'11",
Yeah,
strong as shit.
6'11".
Literally plays like a big
KD
man.
is like the same height as Giannis. But go ahead,
Oh
go ahead.
man, okay.
Go ahead.
They have different skill sets, Bruce. That's a good
All
point. You're
right,
making
all right,
great points, Bruce. I'm not mad at
yeah.
you. You caught me in the corner. I gotta be, more specific. But Giannis, he plays like a big man, even though he goes on the court and dribbles, of course, but he's still a big man. Giannis is not a guard. But we're talking about the coach killing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not too educated on the coach killing because I didn't think he was a coach killer. I just think that the Bucks system over there hasn't been the same or has been a little different since after that championship run. And especially this year. I don't even know. It's not I don't know. Like we can say coaching, but to me it's a roster issue. I don't know. I won't say he's like a coach killer, but obviously he has a say. I think Giannis has a strong personality, probably more of a strong personality than what everyone thinks. And I know BJ compares him to LeBron. I know some people compare him to LeBron. I don't think he's exactly like LeBron. I think LeBron's a different type of animal, but he does have traits of a LeBron where he could be like, you know what, I don't like this, but he should because he's the ultimate. He gave the Bucks a championship. He has dominated for like the last like 5-6 years. He has the biggest say so, and Giannis does have a big ego, just like any other star player. I'm not going to call him a coach killer per se. I don't think Giannis is a coach killer, but I think he does require certain things from coaches, and if he's not getting that, then he's like, look, man, we need to do something. But I don't think it's a coach issue over there. I think it's a roster issue, to be honest with you. The coach can do whatever they want. You can't change Chris Middleton playing the way he's playing. He's playing like shit. So it's like I don't know. I'm not going to call him a coach killer, bro. I don't think he's a coach killer. I just think that he requires certain things. But yeah, that's what I think about Giannis. I don't think he's a coach killer. I think that they just need a lot of more things than a coach over there. They need a roster change.
So when Trey Young was going with all the coaches saying like Wayne Snyder and what was the coach name? McMillan. Everybody was on Trey Young. Oh, this, whatever. How many coaches has he had in the last 2-3 years? How many coaches Giannis had the last 2-3 years?
That's a good question. He has a lot.
I think that question starting to ponder now because really we didn't hear nothing about Giannis until like the offseason when
Facts.
Drew Holiday thing. Really, Giannis, to be honest with you, people have really glorified Giannis because of, basically him being a guy who plays hard, who's going to, give your all effort, all that stuff. But it really just this season we kind of see, okay, well, Giannis is a little bit, he's a little bit, what I'm saying, moving teammates, now moving coaches. So that's why I said this playoffs is going to determine a lot about where we put them, going into next season. But I kind of want to look at the roster.
Please look at the roster.
Because Kirk said something. He said, and I want to see what Rick thinks about the roster. When y'all look at the roster, what do y'all see? Giannis, Thanasis, Malik Beasley, Beachum, Pat Connaughton, Jay Crowder, AJ Green, Jackson, Damian Lillard, Brooke Lopez, Robin Lopez, Chris Middleton, Cameron Payne. So when you look at this roster, what do y'all see that's the problem, and how do they fix it? And what are some of the strengths? What do you guys see as the strengths?
I see nepotism. I see. I don't want to call people has been, but I see people who used to be effective. I see Miller Dunn, and I see now somebody who's a coaching title, but who's really a good seller, a good salesman. So, that's what I see. I see that's not a championship team. And I see Dame Lillard, who cares more about selling watches than winning games.
Okay.
man.
I gotta watch more of the Bucks games. I ain't watching as much, but I'm gonna start watching more in the second part of the season because, like, if you look at Middleton, he's averaging 15 points per game. So I'm trying to see, this was the person I said is going to determine how good the Bucks are. Because I know Dame and Giannis are going to do their thing, but I need to see what Middleton does.
Middleton is like okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
I said Middleton is like Klay Thompson. Why were the Warriors closing games? It's because Klay Thompson could help Steph Curry. And that's why they're struggling now.
That's a good point.
If Dame Lillard wasn't there, I don't think the Bucks will be that the record. I don't think it will be that good record. I think they will be a playing team, like I said. When they were
they're not going to be a playing.
I disagree with that, Bruce.
If Cameron Payne was the starter, I didn't say if Jrue Holiday. If Jrue Holiday was on the team, they could not be a playing team. But if Cameron Payne was the starter and Dame Lillard was not there, I don't think they will be in the playoff picture.
That's a good point. But I only disagree with you, Bruce, because Giannis is a guarantee. Like, to be honest with you, he's a guaranteed 40 wins as soon. Just Giannis 40
wins. All right.
Yes, I'm just saying Giannis by himself. Like he has that LeBron type of thing where he can carry his team.
He was winning without Jrue Holiday. Got there. He was getting to the playoffs. That year they went.
But they had Bledsoe.
Who's Bledsoe? Come on, bro. Stop it.
I mean, Bledsoe was a good defender. Come on, man. Stop it, bro.
He's like 6'1", though. That only can last you so much in the playoffs. Like, he's a good defender. He's very strong. Don't get me wrong. You're right, Bruce. But when you're short like that in the playoffs or just in the regular season, it only goes so far. Because skilled players are just going to shake you and they're just going to shoot over top of you. But Bledsoe's cool. But no, Giannis is just a guaranteed 40 wins, bro. I'm not going to lie. I don't think they're a playing team. I think they can still beat you on certain nights. Because you can't stop Giannis. I mean, he is averaging 30.
You can't stop Giannis. You put him in the free throw line in the remaining seconds.
Oh, man. Here we go.
I know he's going to run away from the ball. Do you want Giannis to take the last free throws?
Bro, I keep telling you this, Bruce. I don't know why.
Do you want Giannis to take the last
I don't, because he is a big man, Bruce. He is not a perimeter player.
Man. Okay.
Why do we
Brook Lopez is a big man and make free throws.
Oh my gosh, man.
Who else? Jokic is a big man and he makes his free throws. Embiid is a big man and he makes his free throws. A bigger man than Giannis and he makes his free throws.
I see what you're saying though, but guess what? Brook Lopez is not bringing what Giannis is bringing to the table every night.
What about
Embiid?
His
free throws.
What about Embiid?
Embiid's not healthy enough like Giannis to bring to what Giannis brings to the table. No, he's not.
What about Jokic? Is Jokic healthy?
Of course, Jokic you could say he's better than Giannis though, but he's not the defender that Giannis is though. But no, Jokic is different. Jokic, I could say I give you Jokic, but other than that, come on, man, we have to.
Okay, so I want to bring something up. So if I look at Chris Middleton's stats right now, in the month of January, he's averaging 16 points per game.
Okay,
which is not bad. In December, he averaged 17.
No, it's not bad.
So it's not. He's not playing terrible. I think he's not going to get the shots he was getting when he had Dame on the team. He has Dame right there, which is fine. But I'm more concerned about his injuries. His injuries is what's going to hold him back. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get back to full strength. Or right now, is he at as close as he's going to get? So I could take 16, 17 points per game from him. And
I see what you're saying, BJ.
So I don't think he's playing terrible.
No, I don't think he's playing terrible either, BJ. But I've watched some Bucks games, and I watched Chris Middleton. Like you said, the injury is the biggest thing, and I don't know how healthy he is, but you can tell that he's not comfortable on the floor yet. And I'm just saying, because 17 points is cool, but it definitely might take a while. But I'm not even seeing him. Like I said, like what's key in the playoffs is the mid range and the post, and that's what he was doing. He can get to the post, he can shoot over you, he can go through pick and rolls. Like, it was kind of like I'm not comparing it to Kawhi or like any type of or Paul George, but he can actually kind of mimic what they would do. But you can watch him now and say like, oh, he's not comfortable. Oh, he can't get like you say, he's not getting the same shots he's getting. Like he was very effective, obviously, when he won that championship and then before that injury. But right now he's kind of like, it seems like he's going like kind of what Bruce said. He looks like a Klay Thompson. Like he looks like he kind of lost his step. He actually played good defense. It's just I don't know. Chris Middleton, it scares me.
They need to insert a 2 that's going to play D.
For sure, exactly. Exactly.
Marshawn Bishop, I think they're trying to make him that guy. I don't think he's there yet, but if they look at the trade deadline. Rick, you might have some hope. If they can get that 2 guard defense like Sean said, y'all still should be a team that to be, looked at as a champion or at least get to the finals.
You know what they needed, bro? They needed a Pascal Siakam. That's what they needed.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this.
So.
I'm gonna say this.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Good.
Go ahead, Bruce.
I was gonna say, okay, you guys gonna think I'm crazy, and I've said some crazy things.
Yes, you have.
This is gonna be crazy. I think the Bucks should trade Middleton, trade it for Kuzma or something.
That's not a bad. No, that's not crazy.
That's not crazy.
That's not crazy at all, bro. They need to get a better 2. That's the problem. It's Chris Middleton's not. I don't think he's the same no more, bro. I think they have to get rid of him, just like how Golden State has to get rid of Klay Thompson. But they're not going to. But Chris Middleton, he has to go, bro. Something has to happen with the Bucks. Dame Lillard is not going to be the problem, but he's too inconsistent. And Chris Middleton, when he was healthy, he was actually more efficient than Damian Lillard. And so I don't know. They need to grab. Like, I agree.
So I want to start off by first of all, going back to what BJ said in the beginning of the question, what did I see off that roster? You have the Lopez brothers at 7'1". You got Giannis at 6'11". Those are your official big men. Those are your big men right there. So we already know how the big men work in the system of any NBA, team. They need to stay around. They need to stay and protect that basket. So that's going to be their main roles. Now, when you really want to break down, and by the way, Bruce and Kirk, you're both right, because on what Bruce was saying is that Middleton was like the Klay Thomas, right? Like Thompson. My thing is, before Klay got injured, he was that guy that you could rely. Matter of fact, every time he shot the ball back in the day, it felt like Curry shot the ball. You were worried as a team. You were like, damn, don't let him or Curry shoot the ball. Hence the name Splash Brothers. You were worried. And then he played defense. So 6'5", 6'6", you a big dude on the top of the key, and you can also move fast enough to help out your big men down low if they even break past the key. He was a very, very vital part of that team. That's why I like when Bruce compared him to Klay, because that's exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. Because after Klay went down and he started slowing down, we saw what happened to the team, because his presence is very much needed, but he's not the same Klay. And I like how he correlated that with Middleton. Because let's not forget, when Giannis and the boys went and won the championship, it was Middleton closing those games.
Facts.
This is where you're right. Giannis is a walking 40 games. He does have that LeBron factor. No matter what team you put him on, he's going to carry a weak-ass team because he is a damn team. But at the same time, like Jordan, like Kobe, like all of the greats before him, before they had people that also came that could help out those main guys, right? Before all that, they weren't winning nothing. So you could be a walking whatever. But if you don't have the right people around you, like a Klay, or you don't have a Shaq, or you don't have a D Wade, or you don't have a supporting cast member that's going to offset everything that you already bring as the main piece, then guess what tends to happen? You ain't going nowhere far, because you only can do so much on a 5-on-5 game. So again, that's why Jordan hit 63 against the Celtics, but still get his ass whooped in the series, because you can't beat a team. So at the end of the day, I like how Bruce said he's like a Klay, because that's absolutely right. Before Klay went down, Klay was a damn problem. You have to worry about Klay as much as you have to worry about Steph Curry, because if he not only on the offense, but Klay actually helped Steph Curry, because even though Steph Curry is smaller, his defense wasn't as good as Klay's. Anytime Steph Curry got beat, Klay was right there. Draymond was right there. It's almost like a pinch attack. It's like as soon as he got beat, Klay and boom, right there. You couldn't even get to the block, and they had to push him back out there to Curry. So now that his knee goes out, now he can't move as fast. He can't shift as fast. He can't do what he used to do. And that's what we're seeing in the words of Bruce Miller Dunn. That's what we see. Because in 21, when he played against the Nets, that was Giannis. Yes, I'm not taking away from Giannis. Giannis was doing his thing, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if Middleton wasn't hitting them clutch ass Kobe-esque shots towards the end of that run in that game 7, if he wasn't coming in clutch, we would have got to beat that year. We wouldn't have saw no championship because Middleton showed up and he turned his clutch factor on. So that's exactly what happened with that situation.
That's facts.
You made a good point. He's not the same Middleton.
He's not.
I hate to say it, he is a little bit of a Miller Dunn. He's not what he used to be. So yes, BJ, going back to you, 17 points, 15 points really isn't a bad thing if you still had somebody to offset that, because Middleton used to be more of a clutch factor in his previous years. Now that he's not performing, and it, like you said, it could be due to the injuries and what he's going through, whatever the case may be, he's not that anymore. And then the biggest problem is that now we have Lillard, and it would be amazing if Lillard can hit half his damn shots. I mean, like I said, when we got beat by the Cavs the other night, the biggest thing I saw, because we could have won that game, the biggest thing I noticed was 7 and 24. Lillard, it's the reason why we came after you. It's the reason why Giannis was making rap songs with you, because he already knew that if you did what you did in Portland over here, he knows that not only do I not got to worry about closing the game out and just being that number one guy, hell, I got somebody on my side right now where, hell, even when I'm not having a good night, he still could drop 30 for me and I could go get those 15 rebounds for him, give it back to him. Giannis is thinking this is going to be a little bit easier now that we got Lillard. But when Lillard shows you that he's going to hit 7 for 24, 2 for 10 on the threes, and then you got Middleton coming down, not being himself anymore, really because of age and just wear and tear. That's really what it boils down to, like Clay. Then at the end of the day, this is why Giannis is losing his damn mind, because he thought one way, but now that everything's playing out, he's like, damn, I thought once we got Lillard, he was going to do what he was doing in Portland. But when Lillard's not performing like he did in Portland, now we're seeing a different story. And let's not also forget, because I got to keep bringing this up just to make a point. When you look at that 21 roster, the championship roster, when you look at Jrue Holiday, when you look at how Booten had those boys playing defense on a defensive schematic scheme, in a sense, how he had everybody pieced out on that team. To be honest with you, if he would have played it any other way, they would have got beaten that playoff run. He had to play it that way because, again, you only have 3 giants. You have the 2 Lopez brothers and Giannis. You can't afford now not one of those 3 to be on that top key anywhere. That's why Jrue Holiday is missed so much. That's why Middle Dunn, who used to be middle 10, is missed so much, because they used those 2 alone used to be our Clay, used to be our Draymond Greens back in their prime. They used to be those guys that literally on the defensive end will actually take more work off the defensive end for Giannis to come in the clutch later when he had to go drop 50 on them boys. He didn't have to push himself as hard as he does now, because Middleton and Jrue Holiday would literally pinch those guards to where when they got past one of them, the other guy, whether it was Middleton or Jrue Holiday, he would have to push up. So he'll show his presence. Then Middleton will come down at an angle, push him back out to Jrue Holiday, and Jrue Holiday, once he's in front of him, is locked down. So they had their own little defensive circle right there before he even got down to the block. But now that Middleton has no legs, now he's starting to wear down. Now that Jrue Holiday is gone, and we see that Lillard just gets ran past like a NASCAR, like they literally just run past him.
It's been happening all his career.
It's like literally, there's nothing that Giannis can do, because now if Giannis has to run out there and go play a small guard and he gets beat, or they go like somebody like what's the Knicks guard name that they main superstar right now?
Jalen Brunson.
And look, I don't give a damn. No, Jalen Brunson be cooking. If Jalen Brunson come down on Giannis and hit one of them quick little steps and just give him 2 feet away from Giannis, buckets all night. And we know he quick as hell. So once you literally get past that 3-point line and Giannis is sitting at the top of the key and Lopez slow ass, and I'm not saying it disrespectfully, he's literally slow. His slow ass is on the other side of the block, and he has to try to make effort to run back over there towards somebody like Brunson. And then Brunson, guess what he's going to do? Oh, yeah, my dude over there is wide open in the corner 3 pocket. The ball moves faster than the man, people. So now that's just open threes in the corner all night. My point of saying all this is, once Middleton became Miller Dunn And once Drew Holiday left the team, and then you got Lillard coming over here, not being the Lillard that we once known him as with the Portland Trailblazers, where he just hitting every damn thing, you're going to see problems. And that's outside of the coaching. Because when you compare that team in 21 that wouldn't have made it to the finals yet again, if it wasn't for the clutch gene of Middleton back then, and also if you pay attention to how they were running Lopez and Giannis back then, how they kept them around that block area the whole time, which in the long game helped them have the energy to close out games when they got close. Now that they don't have that realm of protection and rest mode, now you're dealing with a situation where you're running your guys tired. Lopez slow as hell like a snail. He can't run to one side of the court like the other. He didn't have to back in the day. And then you got Giannis. You want him to play one-on-one defense. You want him to play the mid-range defense. Then you want him to go down low and play defense with Lopez. He has to pick a position on defense because everybody knows once he gets the rebound or once Lopez gets the rebound, he's already taken off half court to go attack the basket. But the reason why it was set up that way back in the day is because Booten literally had these guys set up in such a defensive scheme to where the minute the rebound came off the rim, you already got Giannis either got the ball in his hand or he's at half court asking for the ball to go throw it in the other hoop. But now we don't have that anymore. So now, again, Bruce was right. Kirk was right. Anytime Middle Dunn, like I said, I'm going to use your nickname. Middle Dunn is not playing like Middleton. Clutch factor. He can't play defense like he used to when Drew Holiday was there. And then you have Lillard not even hitting half his damn shots. And then, of course, you got Lopez moving slow as all get out. He can only play in one setting because he's used to Giannis being around him, helping him out, kind of like a windshield wiper. That's what Giannis does for him. He's right there just helping him out. When that's taken away, you're going to see a big hole in that defense. That's what it comes down to.
But you know what's crazy, bro? You said all that. You said all this, right? And the Bucks are still number 2 in the East.
But that goes to your point of being right about Giannis being a 40, a walking 40.
Yeah,
I want to say one thing before we close out because we do got to close out now.
Okay.
This is why I got to watch more Bucks games because I was looking at Dame's stats. I was looking at Dame's stats. I watched a handful of them. I'm trying to figure out, when I said Dame came to the team, I said he's going to be getting more easier looks because a lot of them years in Portland, he was getting doubled because he was the primary option on the offensive end. So I expected his field goal percentage to be low then. So I'm seeing right now he's averaging 25 a game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 42% shooting. That is mirroring what he's been doing all them years in Portland. The highest he's ever shot was 46%. And like I said, I understand it in Portland why he was having a bad field goal percentage and 3-point shooting percentages. He's always going to hit his free throw. He's 92% from the line. He's a closer for sure. But I'm looking at, like, is he getting easier looks with Giannis on the team? Because that's what I thought was going to happen. You have another dude who's just so dominant, most dominant player in the league. Surely they're going to double him and sometimes even triple him when he gets inside. I was thinking it's going to be a lot of catch and shoots for Dame. I'm like, how the hell is he shooting 42% from the field? I know he's dealing with his thing with his divorce, but damn, like, I gotta watch more Bucks games. It's like he should be shooting over 45% easy with the Bucks. I don't have a problem with the points he's averaging 25. It's the field goal percentage. Why is it so low?
Yeah.
I mean, DJ, I can answer that for you. When you and I'm gonna use the most recent bias too, the Cavs. He was 2 for 10 on threes. He was 7 for 24 overall. At least hit 12 of your shots, or at least hit 10 of your shots. You're 7 for 24. And BJ, to answer your question, he is more open. Because I watched those games. And you're absolutely right. When he used to play with Portland, he did shoot harder shots, which would make more sense why your field goal percentage will be lower because you're taking harder shots. Yeah. And then again, he was that guy in Portland. Nobody cared. But the issue that I'm having with him personally as a fan is that Giannis literally takes all the presence. Everybody's on Giannis's case. So when Giannis comes and sets that screen on around that free throw line or even the 3, and he runs off of Giannis's shoulder, that man is wide open. Why are you going 2 for 10 on the 3? At least hit 4 or 5 for 10. Help us out a little bit. Because guess what? We lost by 12 against the Cavs. But if you just hit 5 of those 10 threes, that equals 15. That means we win by 3. That means we still win. So it's not the fact that he's not getting open shots. He's getting them. He's just not hitting them. And that's what's annoying. It's like, we losing games that we should have won because you're not hitting open shots. And so the stats that you just pulled, BJ, clearly shows that you had more respect for him back then, because it's like, bro, how are you hitting harder shots with 2 or 3 people on you shooting from half court, but then you got a dude like Giannis and Lopez setting you up with double screens and single screens, and they taking their whole body to where you could come off their shoulder, you could take your time, and you hitting 2 for 10? That's the aggravation. That's the problem.
Yeah, I gotta look at some of them games. I did see he hit some game winners and stuff, but 42%, bro. That's hell no. That needs to go
terrible.
45 easy.
It's terrible. I mean, I'll say this to y'all. Dame for majority of his whole career, he's been a volume shooter. He's never been an efficient scorer, just like what BJ showed the stats. And of course he's getting open shots, but it's always different when you're not the primary ball handler either. Like, he always had the ball in Portland. And the only time he didn't was with Aldridge, remember? So it's kind of like he always had the ball in Portland, and he always just, shoot so many shots. And it seems like he's more comfortable with the ball. Now you take the ball out of his hands. Now he's taking all these open shots. He's not used to that. And he's a volume shooter. So now it's more so like, if I don't make it, damn, I'm going to have to, if I don't see one go in, damn, I'm going to be bricking on my shots. Like, he's a volume shooter that has the ball in his hands. Now he doesn't have the ball in his hands so much, and he's wide open. So I think it's just his game. It's kind of like Harden, but it's different because Harden has a high IQ. It's like he needs to change his game a little. He needs to change his game. That's my thing. He needs to change. He needs to understand, okay, Giannis. Okay. But I think he is understanding that, but he kind of has to get used to that role because it's a different role. He hasn't played with a player like Giannis ever in his career. Ever.
Well,
so
yeah, we gonna have to continue this convo later, but I just wanted to ask that question. But we're gonna go live in about an hour and some change, man. All our Clipper people, make sure you guys tap in about another hour and a half. We'll be going about the Clippers destroying the Celtics last night. And
great game.
Great game. So Kirk and Bruce, I will see y'all shortly. Y'all
That's
come on, man. All right, my man. Y'all
we're gonna talk about a real team. Yes. Not the best
team in the best team in the NBA.
Here, Bruce.
The
Get
best
out of here,
team in the NBA. The best team in the NBA,
here,
bro.
Bruce.
Yeah, man.
All right, Rick. Nice talking to you, bro.
All right, nice talking to you, Kirk.
Heard that. All right, BJ. I'll see you. I'll talk to you guys.
All right, man. All right, Joe. So I'm gonna let you close it out, Rick, with any closing comments, man. We gonna get up out of here.
Hey, man. So, me and BJ, man, we appreciate y'all every single time y'all come up here. I'm gonna go through the comments real quick. Like, y'all had a lot to say. Hold on, let me see here. Let's see. I'll start from right here because this looks new. Tyson Thomas, what up, fellas? Salute to you, sir. Salute to you. Talented Tom. Oh, he said savage. Apps. Bruce is a savage. We know. Hans, let's see. Imagine reaction for healthy Kawhi loss. Okay, y'all gonna talk about the clips soon, so I'll let y'all have that when y'all start talking clips. DFJ Hoops. Let's see. Bobby Portis is a big man too. Yeah, he's a big man. I won't say much. You're right. Well, I think my head was somewhere else, but you're right. The stuff they give Giannis a pass for is crazy, and the way they hold Kawhi to the fire, you would think Kawhi was ringless and Giannis had 4 final MVPs. Well, Hans, look, Hands, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Here's the thing really quick on that one. Understand that and BJ, I know he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but you got to understand Giannis is in a small market, and he brought that city itself like everything a ring, like they were nobody. And when it comes to Kawhi Leonard and them boys, I'm not even trying to compare the accolades. I'm not going, like, we know Kawhi's the overall better player, but I think you're too much looking into the media side of things. But when you really just pan it out, the Clippers nation, like I said, BJ can tell me I'm wrong on this, but the Clippers nation has been suffering with this group for a while now. And so essentially they're just tired. They just want them to finally win. That's really what it boils down to. I'm not going to get into the accolades and all that because obviously Kawhi Leonard is more accolade and more, established than Giannis. But understand when it comes to the hype behind the two, Giannis was in a small market. That team ain't shit. Sorry, nobody cares about the Bucks. Giannis comes there, he rebuilds the brand, he wins a ring for him. So when it comes to media, it looks more beautiful. And then when you're Kawhi Leonard, we know that you can win a championship. You keep getting hurt. You won championships before in the craziest situations, but you keep getting hurt. Then when it looks like you're about to win, it gets snatched away from you. So understand how the media likes to play with things. So not comparing the two players, I would pick Kawhi all day as the overall better player. That's no argument. But understand media likes to get into our minds, so understand context. All right, let's see. Tune in sports. I don't think the Bucks need to make no moves. I like this roster. You know what? Forget you, because he's a Cavs fan. Y'all say nothing on that. Let's see. Wilson. When Leonard start defending, when the team goes blowout mode. Leonard, he's been defending. Like I said, I'm not even a Clippers fan. He's been defending. I mean, let's keep things in context. The brother's legs have been giving him issues, but he's not making excuses. The brother came back strong. He's playing phenomenal defense. He's actually probably, and BJ, correct me if I'm wrong again, but he's probably the best player right now, efficient-wise, like stat-wise. Like the dude is a killer right now. So again, media last 5 years has been killing this team because they know they should have won a championship. So they really been on their head. So giving him a fair shake and looking at how everything's playing out right now, this definitely probably could be the year for y'all. So, let's kind of just ease up on Kawhi a little bit. He has been going through some stuff, but I think he's proven to y'all that he is still that dude. Giannis, Han said, Giannis really asked the reporter if they win the reporter championship every year, and NBA media and fans ate it up. Imagine Kawhi with the exact same quotes. Again, Hans, I'm going to let y'all handle that in the next hour. Like I said, that's a media thing. Tatum cried too much. Man can play. Okay. Clippers got my attention after they took down the Celtics. I mean, the Clippers, like I said, they dogs when they healthy. Let's see. I'm going down the list. Daquan Adams, here's a new name. Giannis is overrated as well. Look, man, you probably don't like the guy. I have nothing to say. I mean, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but I'm not going to sit here and say he's overrated. I mean, LeBron, if you don't have LeBron on your team, you probably won't make it too far. So that I'm going to compare that to Giannis. That's how I'm going to look at that. So saying overrated, it's a little strong, but if that's how you feel. Andre, what's this? He said, Sedova, no, Lillard is not getting better looks because Giannis is not a pick and pop guy and not a pick and roll guy. I already explained myself, but let's see. DJ, what's this? DJ Brobot. He said hashtag. Okay, I guess he's a Cavs fan. And then, do Dame and Giannis even have a PNR game together? Okay, so I don't even get where you. I'm just gonna skip over you. I don't get what you're getting at. WTF kill. Dame is looking like a point guard. I mean, he is the main point guard of the team right now. Giannis is 50% of their offense. I could agree, probably more, honestly. Don't make no trades. You look here too, and I'm not dealing with you, brother, because I know what you're doing. Best team in the NBA is the Nuggets. That's from Sandoval. And that's fair if you feel that way. They cooking. They won a championship. So I ain't going to say nothing. No disrespect to Denver. Go Denver. It's never success the same season when players fire coaches, or is it? Big fan Breezy. Really quick on that, my response to that is, I think this goes back to your boy, BJ, Kawhi Leonard, when he went to Toronto. I think it's a mixture of both. Just responding to your, statement here or question, big fan, because when Kawhi went over to Toronto, he did one of the craziest things a lot of us ever seen. Like, you went to a whole new organization that you really didn't even want to go to. He wanted to go to California, and they sent him over to the cold. And him and the GM, the coaches, they all got together, which, by the way, I'm going to give Kawhi his flowers since people are kind of bashing him right now, which shows his leadership skills, by the way. And he went over there. He meshed everything up and took them boys to the finals. So I think, to answer it, man, I think it's a bit of both. I think your coaching and your players have to play their role, have to play their part. But overall, if we're talking about Doc Rivers, I'm just going off of what I've seen, and that's why I'm a little scared. We already explained that. But I think, to answer you, I think it's a bit of both when it comes to coaching and players. And then let's see, the last but not least, PG Leonard. Okay, PG Leonard, Amir Coffey, T-Man, best defense lineup. Right. I mean, yeah, okay, because they kill him. So I don't have nothing bad to say about the Clippers. Matter of fact, me being a Giannis fan, like I said, me being an unbiased person, to be honest with you, it's gonna be the Clips and Bucks. And of course, I'm saying the Bucks because I'm riding with Giannis, but it's gonna be the Clippers in the finals. Bar injuries, from my basketball knowledge and experience of what I see on TV, Kawhi Leonard and them boys is scary this year in that Western Con. It looks like they finally got it together. So the only thing you can hope for as a fan, I'm sure BJ can cut me off anytime. As a fan, you just hope nobody gets injured. So BJ, you got something to say after all those updated posts?
Like I said, man, with the Bucks, they gonna be a top seed, you know. And that just speaks to the greatness of Giannis, man. I think Giannis, again, and it comes down to what people need. Like, Giannis is so great at what he is. He's the most dominant player in the NBA for sure. But it, comes down to certain aspects of anybody. You need some help. And I know people get on the whole Jrue Holiday thing. Yeah, Jrue Holiday was a loss, but we can look at Jrue Holiday. You gotta look at it like, okay, well, it's only a loss if the Bucks don't get any defense around Dame. There's many offensive players who are point guards who don't have to play defense. Dame, Kyrie, Steph, Luka, all the point guards in this league don't really play D. But you don't say, well, we don't need them. Nah, you say, let's get some defense around them. And that's why I think the Bucks are missing right now. Because to me, Chris Middleton could have been, he's not even a bad defender. At least he wasn't a bad defender. I think, again, it's just more so the Bucks need to get a better defender at that backcourt with Dame and possibly a backup off that bench. Another scorer off that bench. That's what I think that they need to be like, okay, now we're looking at another championship opportunity, because you got Giannis top 5 NBA player in the league. Some say top 3. You always got a fighting chance. Just how great he is. Like, us, bro. Like, we watched Kobe, one of the greatest of all time, top 5. Like, you saw teams he had no business being in the playoffs, but somehow you like, damn,
he
willed them in. In the playoffs, or hell, even the team they won championships with, like Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Lamar Odom, good, solid players. Pau Gasol obviously going to be in the Hall of Fame borderline, but Kobe didn't have no super team with them 2 teams. He elevated the play of those players. He didn't say, let me go get LeBron, let me go get D Wade, let me go get Carmelo, let me go get all these stars who are already established and winning. I have to elevate what I have. And that's what Giannis is, I think, having to work with right now. And we'll see how it goes, my guy. So I'll let you close out the show, bro. Since it was your team. And plus, again, we're about to go on the Clipper Live in literally about an hour and 15 minutes. So all my Clipper people, make sure you guys come back, because we got a fire live. But I'll let Rick close it out.
Yo, man, y'all already know the deal, man. It's the Pull Up Basketball Podcast show, man. I'm your co-host at Rick Masters 23, your host B Jizzle, sitting on the other side of the screen, man. Again, we appreciate the love. We appreciate y'all showing up on the Sunday shows. Yo, don't forget the merch. We got the black, the white, the red. We got the hoodies, the sweaters. Don't miss out on becoming a subscriber, becoming a member, man. We got the $4.99, man. We got the Clippers badge, man. BJ be giving y'all this real material, 3 videos a week of the Clippers alone. So I know it's a lot of Clippers fans in here. Most of y'all say it's a Clippers channel, even though we love everybody over here. Hey, he will give you that material. He'll give you that work. He even brings on people, which takes me to the last badge, man. Make sure you get the interview badge when that season comes around. We got the big names that come through here, like the Steve Kerrs, you know what I'm saying, like the Hollands, you feel me? Like, we bring people to y'all, so keep supporting us, man. We appreciate you. And the biggest thing I want to say is, when you are a subscriber, man, just know that we literally have those end of the month, championships, those rounds of those quizzes. We already had some winners in the years past, man. We give y'all that free merch. Sometimes we even incentivize and put money on it. So make sure y'all become subscribers. Keep hitting that like button. And yo, man, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. We out of here like swimwear, baby.
Out of here like swimwear, baby.